Hi, my name is Mike Odgren, and I'm an advanced practice radiographer from the United States. I'm so sorry I wasn't able to attend the inaugural Radiography Advanced Practice Conference in Sheffield. I'm sure the meeting's going to be wonderful and will help to advance and unify our shared profession. I was asked to record some remarks about the history and current state of advanced practice radiography here in the United States, as well as a little bit of information about common scopes of practice. But first, I'd like to introduce myself to you a little bit. As I was just saying, my name's Mike Odgren. I am a radiologic technologist and have been for the last 19 years. I have certifications in radiography and computed tomography. And I've also been an advanced practice radiographer with a certification as a radiology practitioner assistant, or RPA, since 2005. I work for a large private practice radiology group called Diversified Radiology of Colorado, based in Lakewood, Colorado, and I've been their employee for the last 12 years. We have kind of a big group. We have about 65 radiologists and 4 advanced practice radiographers, 2 that work full-time and 2 locums that help to cover our time off. My specialty is pediatric radiology. The hospital where I work most days has an 87-bed neonatal ICU, which is the largest in the state of Colorado. I'm also a member of the board of directors for the American Society of Radiologic Technologists, the ASRT, and I'm currently serving as the Speaker of the House of Delegates. And while I am honored to be the first advanced practice radiographer to serve on the ASRT's board, I'm certainly not the first or the only advanced practice radiography representation on a national level here in the U.S. We also have representation through a chapter called the Radiologist Assistant Chapter in the ASRT's House of Delegates. The ASRT's House of Delegates is the legislative body for the ASRT. Also, Travis Proent is an advanced practice radiographer, and he is a member of the Board of Trustees for the American Registry of Radiologic Technologists, the ARRT. The ARRT certifies most of the medical imaging and radiation therapy professionals here in the United States. We also have our own professional society that is dedicated specifically to advanced practice radiography. It was established in the late 1990s, and it's called the Society for Radiology Physician Extenders, or SRPE. And the SRPE is under the leadership of Vicki Sanders. She's their new president. Advanced practice radiography began here in the United States in the mid-1990s. The U.S. Department of Defense partnered with Weber State University in Ogden, Utah, to try and create an advanced practice radiography program in order to fill for a shortage of radiologists in the U.S. military. Unfortunately, due to budget cuts, that joint venture was ended by the Department of Defense. But Weber State University decided to continue on their own and did start their own program. Since that time, many additional programs have been started at colleges and universities throughout the country. We have a little bit of an unusual situation here in the United States in that we actually have 2 certifying bodies that certify advanced practice radiographers, and they each grant their own individual title. So first, the Certification Board for Radiology Practitioner Assistants grants the title of Radiology Practitioner Assistant, or RPA. And the American Registry for Radiologic Technologists grants the title of Registered Radiologist Assistant, or RRA. Both of these professions have similar scopes of practice, and they have very few differences between them. So the exams that we perform vary quite a bit depending on the needs of the radiology practice that we work for. So personally, my usual day consists of performing a lot of exams that you would consider kind of your average bread and butter radiology exams. A lot of barium procedures, upper GIs, barium enemas, modified barium swallows. I also perform VCUGs, hysterosalpingograms, lumbar punctures and myelography, as well as a little bit of joint injection and aspirations. Personally, I don't perform a lot of interventional procedures, and I do very few ultrasound or CT guided procedures. Now, by contrast, I have some friends and former classmates that perform nothing but interventional procedures. As a matter of fact, some of them haven't touched barium since we graduated from our program 11 years ago. Some of the procedures that they perform include tunneled IJ lines and ports, gastrostomy tube placements, IVC filter placements, and some of my friends are even doing dialysis shunt dilations and declots. So also, there are a few of us that don't perform any procedures at all, and instead spend the majority of their day dictating preliminary reports on a variety of procedures. That being said, as a profession, none of us perform final interpretations on any exams. So the current state of advanced practice here in the United States is actually in a bit of a difficult place. We have about 680 advanced practice radiographers here in the United States, but a significant percentage of us are actually not working in our fields, and there are very few jobs available. The main reason for this lack of acceptance is because of a lack of recognition by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, or otherwise known as CMS. CMS is our government-run insurance provider, and they provide insurance mostly for people of retirement age, but also some low-income individuals and disabled individuals as well. So unfortunately, because CMS doesn't recognize the additional education and training that we all received in our educational programs, we are required to follow the same supervision guidelines as any other technologist would. And so what that means is for Medicare-insured outpatients, those exams either need to be performed by a radiologist or they need to be performed using personal supervision. And what that means is the radiologist needs to be physically present in the exam room during the performance of the exam. So as you could imagine, that is a really high bar to clear and accounts for the reason why we're not as widely accepted as what we could be. So what we're trying to do right now is gain recognition from CMS, and this has proven to be actually quite a difficult thing to do. It turns out that in order for us to be recognized by CMS, it takes an act of the US Congress. So we have had a bill before the United States Congress for the last 5 years that would allow CMS to recognize advanced practice radiographers as a mid-level provider. So in a similar fashion to nurse practitioners, advanced practice nurses, and physician assistants here in the US. We're really hopeful that we're going to make some progress with this, and personally, I'm confident that once we gain recognition by CMS, our field is really going to thrive here. Well, anyways, that's about all I have for an update from here in the United States. I'm sure that the meeting is going to go really, really well, and I'm looking forward to meeting with and collaborating with all of you in the near future. Thanks so much. Best of luck to all of you. Take care.